Welcome everybody to 1 hour of miniature goodness. Today we have the Dracolich from Gale Force 9. Absolutely beautiful miniature. What I'm going to do is say hello to everybody in chat first, and then we'll crack on. We've got Scorplers in chat, Michelle's in chat, Ty's in the house, Bull Gems in the house, Rod's in the house. Hello Rod. So you know I struggled with the first miniature, and I see Ty wants to see how I got on, so I'll just move this out of the way first, and I'll quickly show you how we got on with the last one, because I was struggling with those wings, but finally got it all finished. It turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought, the miniature. Now that gap, if you remember, we had that gap in the wings. There was a gap. The wing did go in the gap, but it still had a gap after I added the wings. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see that reflection there. I've had to add a lot of putty to fill in the gaps all around this miniature, but it but it did turn out an absolute, it's a beautiful miniature. I have to say, it turned out an absolutely beautiful thing. So yeah, this is going to be fun to paint. What I'll do is I'll probably paint this one on the next Thursday show, so we'll have that one to paint as well. So yeah, but as you can see, I've had to fill in gaps around the tail, under the wings, around the head, but all in all, it's looking absolutely fantastic so far. So yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to paint. That's going to be a really nice miniature to paint. Okay, so today we are doing a Dracolich. I'm trying to say it. And of course, I've given it a primer of black because we want it to go dark, and we can use the black to our advantage today. And it's a beautiful miniature. What I'm going to do today, we're going to be using some purples, dry brushing. We're going to start on the base first. See how far we get on the base, and then we'll do the wings on this beast. But absolutely, again, big miniatures. I wasn't expecting them to be so big, but I'm actually pleasantly surprised. As you can see, that one goes on here like so, but we won't glue that on until we finish the base, because it will make it easier for us to paint. So what we'll do is get our paints ready, and we'll crack on. Hello Gareth, Star Wars man's in the house. Yes, yeah, those I got so confused through those silly feet last week. It was crazy. I just couldn't imagine where the feet was going, and then of course I saw someone in chat say, oh, they'll be for something without the base. But who on earth would not want to put their dragon on this base? I mean, look at that base. It's absolutely gorgeous, full of detail. You know, you'd have to be a crazy man not to want to use the base that comes with it. There we go. Okay, let's get some paint on the palette. I'm going to use a little base here to help me spinny this around. There we go. And today we're going to start with some wood stain brown. We've got some dragon white, cat's eye green, jungle camo, all MSP paints. We've also got some stone grey, which we'll be using for the walls. We have some graveyard bone for, of course, the actual dragon, and we've got twilight purple and witchcraft purple, which we can use on those wings. Now, I don't know how far we're going to get today, but I'll try and get as far as possible. Oh, I don't know if anyone's noticed my hat. This is the hat is the new hats that you can get from the shop, designed by Michelle. Now, I'm going to mention about this on the show because it's made me very angry this morning. my designs, which Michelle has done. Sorry, not my designs personally. Michelle designed this Goblin King for me. She drew the Goblin King for me. She did everything from scratch. All I said to Michelle was, I want a Goblin King, and she did all the work. But what's happened is someone has stolen the Goblin King, and I'm just waiting for them to steal the Goblin Queen as well. And they've been selling the Goblin King on 78. They've been selling my Goblin King logo that you can see in the bottom left there. They've been selling it on 78 different products on Red. Is it Redbubble or Rubble? Anyway, on one of those places where you buy all the clothes. Now, I have my own personal shop where I sell stickers and everything with the Goblin Queen, the Goblin King on. And the fact that somebody has actually said that they have designed this Goblin King, which Michelle, as you all know, did for me, is quite disgusting. It's pure theft, and so we have put a claim in, and we have we have sorted it out. I don't know what will happen, but if anybody, Redbubble, I always call it Red Rubble. It's like Barney Rubble, isn't it? It's Red Rubble. So if any of my goblins, or anybody who's not a goblin, but if you do see that Goblin King or Goblin Queen and you see it for sale and it's not from me or Michelle, then please get in touch with us and please let us know, because it's not fair that these people are taking our content and making money on it when they haven't even done any work. That is just pure greed and nastiness. So anyway, lots of love to Michelle as well, because that must have been very, very hurtful to her, and I do not like anybody hurting Michelle, so that's not good. Okay, let's make a start. I'm just going to the browns, and we're just going to start adding brown all the way around this base. Now the black is going to work for us. So the black will be the undercoat. We just fly around this base and just add the brown. Hi James, hello Scottish Andy. Scottish Andy, we shall be posting your core set from Reaper Miniatures in the next couple of days. And Geek Curios in the house, hello. If anybody in chat doesn't know Geek Curio, he has a very nice little YouTube channel, and he does interviews with everybody. He just done an interview with one of my best friends, Philippe, who is a crazy mad chess player, and he's also a fantastic miniature painter. So if you like to see content with interviews and gaming, you need to check out Geek Curio on his YouTube channel. Okay, so just going round and round and round. What I'm going to do now is going to start adding a tiny bit of white into that brown. Just lighten it up a little bit. Blub, 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 blub. Just there. Let's see if I get a bit more in picture so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. You see a bit of the tissue. And we just go back over. And we start highlighting with that lighter brown over the rocks. It's going around. Detail is starting to pop already. You'll have to excuse my fingers in the way. I need to try and keep the base on top of the other base so I can spin it round. Oh, getting raided by Reaper miniatures. Awesome stuff. Welcome, Reaper miniatures. Today I'm doing a collector's edition Dracolich. This is from Gale Force 9. And we're just doing the base on this miniature. We're just flying on the base and adding some texture and highlighting to the base. We're just going round in circles, to be honest. Nice and fast, and adding colour. Just making that base pop. And again we're going back into the white, adding a little bit more white. And I'm just making it a little bit more lighter. I had my Reaper Miniatures boats arrive today, and it was absolutely crazy. I had 10 of the Sophie's Revenge ships arrive, and I also had, thank you for following, and I also had one of the ghost ships arrive. Now I've only just told my partner Claire that the ghost ship from Reaper Miniatures I'm going to be using as a night light. I'm gonna be using it as a night light in the bedroom. And she went absolutely mental with me. But it's gonna happen. It's happening. Reaper Miniatures Nightlight. Awesome stuff. Okay, so far that's the base so far. Let's actually get some more colours going. Gonna add some greens. Of course you all know I love my greens, but we need to actually start on the stonework, and we are using stone grey from MSP for the stonework. What am I going to do with the 10 boats? Well, I've already got six boats are sold, and they are actually getting painted. Then they're getting put back into the boxes and getting shipped to Canada, USA, Germany, and a couple of other places. I've also given one away. If you remember, when I got to 10,000 followers on Twitter, I think it was last year, I did a giveaway for one of the pirate ships. So I'm keeping my promise. And Fimo Wilk, one of my patrons, he's actually getting the pirate ship. Plus, if I ever get to 2,000 followers on Twitch, I'm going to give away a fully painted pirate ship on my Twitch show. So yeah, the boats won't last long. And I've also got thank you for following. I've got two boats which are for me, of course, because I bought the different heads as well for the boats, and I've also got the ghost ship. So we got all the boats. I think one of my ships I am going to do as a goblin ship. It's going to be for goblins. One will be human. One will be just like a normal ship, and of course we'll have the ghost ship. But we've got to have a goblin. We've got to have a goblin ship, haven't we? There we go. Paint's coming out. Okay, so we've got the grey, and again we're just going to start going around. I'm just adding it to my brush, taking it off on my tissue, and we're going to start adding that to the actual rock, and you'll see all this starting to pop again now, and all the detail on the miniature will start to come out, and we just fly around. Now, as you all know, dry brushing and painting this way is my way of painting. It's not everybody's cup of tea, as I should say, but for me, I absolutely love this type of painting. It's quick, it's easy and effective. Yes, dry brushing gets the job done. Quite correct. Dry brushing is just an awesome thing. It is an awesome thing. I just use it for everything. Of course, with dry brushing, you can also use the inks, because if you get a chalky effect with your paint, which you do from dry brushing, you've also got your inks to actually blend the dry brushing back into the miniature. It works very well for me. I mean, I try to get as many miniatures painted as possible and make them look to a tabletop standard. Thank you for following, and if I can do that, I'm a happy bunny. Let's see if I can get into the picture a little bit more. You'll have to excuse my little... I'm all fingers and thumbs today. And like I say, I've been very, very excited the last 2 days. Yesterday as well, I had my first batch of Reaper Bones 5 miniatures come. Absolutely tons and tons of goodness coming through the door. It's going to take me weeks. It's going to take me weeks to sort all through it. But I am going to be doing every single day on YouTube from now on. I'm going to be doing a 360 of every single miniature. Now, I know there's lots and lots of people doing unboxing videos and such. I want to do it because I want to do it. Thank you for following. I want to do it because I enjoy it so much. It's just a 360, and I'll stick the miniature together on the video and show you a 360 of the miniature. And of course, I will be painting the miniatures as well, and they'll be going up on videos and on Twitch. So there's tons and tons of content, and that's what's so fantastic about the Bones 5, is it's given me tons of new content for my YouTube channel and for painting on Twitch. Thank you for subscribing. So we're just keeping going around. As you can see, as I keep going around in circles, the bricks, thank you for following, the bricks are getting lighter and lighter. And as we go around, what we do is we slowly start adding a little bit of white to that dark grey. And then that will make the actual bricks highlighted even more. So again, we're going into the white now, mixing that in with the grey on my tissue here. Just there. And we just keep on going around, and this will be another little highlight. And as you can see, it's starting to lighten up the bricks a little bit more. Make them look more worn, aged. Because we started with a black primer, we don't actually need to use ink washes on this base, because we are using that black primer to our advantage. We're using that for all the shadows on the miniature. So all we're doing is building up building up, making it lighter and lighter as we get higher on top of the miniature. And we're just picking out all the little bricks and things and just adding a little bit more light. There we go. A little bit more light. And we're just starting to edge now. Instead of going the full hog over all the miniature, we're just trying to do the edges now. We'll keep on spinning around. And we're back to our starting point. So again, going back into that white, mixing it in with that grey, just to make it a tiny bit more lighter, and that will be our final highlight for the bricks. So we're starting at the top again, and there we are, lovely. I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again. I treat all my miniatures like like the light source is shining directly down. So I try to keep the top. Thank you for following. So I try to keep the top of the miniature. I try to keep the top of the miniature as light as possible. As you can see, it's dark at the base there, and as we're moving up the miniature, it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. So the top of the bricks here is our lightest point, where the sun would be shining down. So that's about right. That's about all I need for this. What we'll do now is we'll go into my green. You all know I love adding my greens and that mold effects. Hello, Dawn. It's lovely to see Dawn in the house. Okay, wash my brush. Thank you everybody that has followed so far. That's absolutely very, very kind of you. I hope you tune in again to some of my shows, and you actually will maybe learn something or get some inspiration from my shows, because that's all it's all about. It's everything about painting is not if you're a beginner, or even if you are you're a veteran painter, as I call it. Never take things to heart in painting. There'll always be a better painter. There will always be a better painter. So don't get jealous, and don't get upset, and don't think, oh, I'm never going to get to that stage. Just take inspiration from everybody else's work, but don't feel bad or jealous or anything like that. Just try and take something from everybody's work, and you'll find in time and practice you just get better and better, and that's what it's all about. You only get better with miniature painting by painting. No magical brush or no magical paint is going to make you an absolutely fantastic painter. Yes, only you can do that, but that does take time and practice. So hopefully you'll learn or take some form of inspiration from what I'm doing, because that's all I want to do. I want to have a good time painting my minis. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't got one of those things over there, this is my warthog. It's the 4Es warthog, and it is absolutely amazing. You can mix the old games. You can actually mix Goblin Green. It mixes Goblin Green from the late 80s, 90s. So yeah, best paint mixer ever. Okay, let's see now. Now we're starting off with this dark green. This is again MSP. This is Jungle Camo, and I'm just going to find a little spot to put it on. There we go, just a little bit. There-we-do. And again, we go back onto the tissue. And with this, we're going to start adding this all over, but just around the edges. Let me see, we'll get a bit closer. What we're going to do is use it around the edge of the... We're just going around the bottom, should I say, of all the bricks. And this gives, it looks like mould going up the walls. And we just dry brush that on. Very simple, but it just makes such a good effect. I haven't got a clue what that bits cup does, to be honest, when it gets filled. It might explode for all I know. I just think it looks quite cool, having a few animated things dotted around the screen. Okay, so we're just working our way around the bricks now. We'll go inside the building as well. What's quite crazy is once I have glued the dragon onto this base, you will not see anything inside the base, to be honest. It covers the whole thing inside, but I like to try and paint everything. I feel a bit bad if I've missed something. So I try to get all the areas painted, whether you can see them or not. And like I say, this is a collector's edition. This is limited to 1,500 worldwide. So of course you want to make sure you get everything painted and it goes in your little display cabinet. Now next Monday will be my Reaper show, and what I'll be doing as my first miniature I'll be painting from the Bones 5 collection is this one. I'll be painting the War Mammoth. I'll quickly show you this because it's awesome. Now the War Mammoth was the first miniature I saw from the Bones 5 Kickstarter. And it was an instant I had to have it. It's an absolute beast. The sculpt is just amazing. I absolutely love this miniature, and I think most of, well, I know all my Goblin patrons, they absolutely went mental for this one as well as. So on Monday, this coming Monday, this is what I shall be painting on the show. Now I'll be painting two. I'll be painting one with brown fur, and I'll paint one with a white fur. So we've got like the boss. Make one a boss and one just a normal type. So yeah, can't wait for that. Because that's another thing. I absolutely love painting fur and I love painting animals. So a woolly mammoth will be just perfect. Okay. Right, so we're going back into that green. We'll keep on working our way around. Let me just have a quick drink of water because it's very, very hot in here today. And it's not wine, by the way. It's Ribena. Tasty Ribena. Did Tal pop in today? I don't know if I saw Tal. Yes. Oh, if you didn't pick up the War Mammoth, then you've definitely missed out on something beautiful. I can't stress how nice the War Mammoth is. Let me give the example. The War Mammoth is definitely in my top 10. Also the Troll Bridge. That is with the little goats. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't actually gone through all the stuff yet. I've got my living room is just a mass of Reaper miniatures. It's ridiculous. But yeah, the Troll Bridge was absolutely beautiful. And again, if you are painting a troll bridge, as you can see, what I'm doing today is absolutely perfect to paint your Reaper Miniatures troll bridge in the same way. And it's very simple. You can just give that bridge a primer coat of black, then you dry brush in some dark grey, and then you just add in some white. Add some white to that dark grey just to highlight it, and we've gone all around, and we've got that beautiful looking stonework. Simply, I mean, you can get it painted in 10-15 minutes. Awesome stuff. But that all those miniatures I will be doing on my shows and doing all videos, because they're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I better show you the dragon, haven't I? Because I've been doing this base. Let me just show you quickly the dragon. We got 30 minutes left, so that's good. This is the dragon. It's a big old bad boy. Let me put that base over there, so we can get some focus in. So this is your kind of Dracolich. Dracolich. And what we're going to do now is I'm just going to again dry brush, and we're going to start dry brushing the wings. But what I'm going to do is start off with some dark purples and then move into lighter purples just on these wings. And as you can see, there's high detail in those wings, and that's why I added that black primer, because that will give us the shade for each one of those wings. It makes it a lot simpler. Yes, it is a very nice miniature. Like I say, this miniature, it will be between 70 and 150 pounds on Amazon, because like I say, it is a limited edition miniature, but very nice. It's very nice indeed if you like this type of miniature. Hello, long stripy scarf. Nice to see you. I missed out on the pokey stick. I got the original pokey stick, this one, but I haven't got the new one with the skull and crossbones. I think it was in the collector's set for the ReaperCon. I can't really afford that one at the minute, but I really would like one of the skull and crossbones that Reaper do of one of these. So if anybody's got one for sale, or if you know if Reaper is going to put them up singly for sale in the future, let me know, because I definitely want one of those. No, I just didn't have the money. I didn't have the money to get the swag boxes this year. I bought them on the last year, and I did that review on the huge boxes of the ReaperCon stuff. But I just this year money's a little bit tight this year. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing. Okay, I'm messing around here. Let's get some work done. I need my light. Yes, I have stabbed myself a few times with the pokey stick. I bet there's quite a few of you who have stabbed yourselves with a pokey stick. Okay, so I'm just going for a smaller dry brush. Now, I'm not worried about going over the black, because what's the most important part now, because it's so much detail here, we want to get as much of the dry brushing done as possible on all the wings. Once the wings have been dry brushed, then we can move on to the lighter areas. These will all be in bone, bleached bone, or skeleton bone by MSP. But we just want to add that first, and then we can work on the rest of it. So I'm just going into that darker purple, and we're going to start from the top and just gently go over the highlight there. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's going to be quite hard to see because I'm using a dark purple over black. It looks good from this angle. You can't actually see it too well. So I'm just going around the top of the wings with the first purple. Hello, Connor. So we're going on the purple first. Just going around the edges. It's very quick and easy. Then what I'm going to do is add that second purple, which was the witchcraft purple, and we're just going to take that to the edge. Like I say, that black primer is doing the work for us, because it's giving all the shadows underneath. So what we got is half the wing is the darker purple, and then we're just mixing it in with the lighter purple. Like I said, don't worry about going over the fingers or the claws of the beastie, because we're going to be painting all over that. The most important part now is to get all that paint onto these wings. Now I've decided to paint this purple because of course it's Claire's favourite colour, and this will be going into our living room so she can drool on it. she might even use it in one of our D&D games. Like I say, the purple, you're not seeing it too well on the camera. I do apologise for that. It's looking really nice here, but on the camera it looks very, very dark on the camera, but it's actually in real life in my workshop it's actually looking really nice. So I don't know why the camera is deciding to hate me. Okay, going back to the dark purple, and we're just going to go over all the wings here, and we're going to add a little bit of the lighter purple on the edges. Same on this side. Which angle shows it well? This one? Can you see it better like this? How's that? There we are. I think maybe going back a bit further you can actually start to see some colour. There we are. You can see it a little bit better now. If you was actually sitting in my workshop, you'd actually see that the two colours are blending in, and we've got a lighter colour at the bottom blended in with the darker purple at the top. End of the day, I want it to look dark, and I want it to look nasty. So we're not after a super bright purple, but it does look a lot brighter than what you can see on the screen there. Okay, we'll start on the front. maybe we'll get a better angle and the light will reflect the colours a little bit better. So again, we're going to the darkest point at the top, and we're just pulling that paint along the wing. Oh, by the way, this brush I'm using is a Army Painter. It's an Army Painter dry brush. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. Army Painter do a very nice range of dry brushes. Yes, purple always works well with the undead, Connor. If you got a dark purple, light purples, always a go-to color for zombies and undead creatures. It just works really well for witches and all that type of stuff. Probably why, actually, this is why it's called witchcraft purple. Okay, again we'll start here. It's a little bit awkward now. I'm going to have to do some... There you go. Just get in there. There we are. Got some distance work here. And again back into that light purple. And then we can pull the paint back up and join it with the dark purple. Because normally when I do like a wet blend, going in from my colours, I will always go the same way. Now, if anybody watches my shows, they'll probably realise that I'm actually reversing it today. Now, the reason why I'm reversing my wet blending type effect is because I want to get the paint on the bottom of the wings here. I want as much purple, the lightest possible area, on the bottom of these wings. So I'm going down to the dark, and then I'm actually building the light and then hitting the darker colour. But there's not much difference in the purples, so you don't notice the difference too much. Once these purples have completely dried, you can see it a little bit better here. What I'll be doing then is adding a little bit more white to the wings, and just highlight the little areas going around those wings there. But because we've got that black in between, and we gave that lovely black primer, it saved us so much work. You could not do this if you used a white primer, and you'd be giving yourself a really, really hard time. Okay, what we're going to do now is going to start working on the chest and along the tail with those purples. So I just need to put some more purples onto my palette. Hello, Nath. Yes. Oh, once this is all finished, because what I'll do is I'll get this all finished up by tomorrow, and then I'll do a 360, so it'll be no problems, and you'll see it all done up. Hello, Reaper John. Yeah, so I'm just adding more purples now, and we're just going to work around the body. But on all my videos, all my Twitch shows, I always finish what I've started, and then I'll do a 360 of the actual finished miniature on the shows. I just find it's a nice thing to do to show that I've actually done the miniature. So again, what we'll do is we shall start with the tail, and again we're going into the deepest recesses with the purple, so we'll just go along like so. Then we'll hit that lighter purple, and we'll just take that down this time. Now this is just for the skin. What will happen is you got all the bones inside. They'll all be painted separately afterwards. What I'm trying to do is get all the skin done first, and then because I'm dry brushing all of the skin areas, I'll be painting the actual bones then just by normal paint method. I won't be dry brushing, so we get the messy work done first. And with dry brushing, you can make a mess over the whole miniature, because afterwards then you can actually fix all the bad areas because you're painting over with your different colour. So I'm just trying to go to all the recesses now with the different purples, and we start to build out the colours. Again, we're going to the darkest areas, so again inside the rib cage here we'll just get some of that dark purple in there first. And then we'll hit the top of the rib cage with the lighter purple. And we'll go back into the darker purple. And we'll move down towards the tail here. And we'll just highlight that skin and the flesh there. And then we'll get in some lighter purple. And we'll just hit the top edges with that lighter purple just to bring out a little bit of highlight. Going back into the dark purple, going over the leg flesh. This would actually be a very good colour scheme if you're painting aliens. Actually reminds me of an alien, this tail section here from the film Aliens. Again back into that dark, and we'll go down the arms. We're just going to pick out all the details with the purple. Just the flesh areas, and then of course once this is all dry we can move on to the skeleton bone areas. And again back into the light purple, just pick out the top highlights there. And with the very dark recesses we'll leave them black with just a tiny little hint of purple going over. So at the deepest areas of the miniature that'll stay as dark as possible. As you can see, the colours are already starting to come through now. We're getting a very nasty looking effect coming, very nasty looking demon type nastiness. He sprinkles some Mordor magic on them after the stream, does he? Yes, I try to do as much as possible on one stream. What I don't want to do is streams where I'm streaming the same miniature over and over and over and over. I want to do one stream, one miniature, and then the next following stream, a different miniature. But I also want to show the miniature finished as well as I'm very excited to get the the ghost ship out of the box, because I did say I'm going to be using the ghost ship as a nightlight in our bedroom. And I just want to see if it will work, or will it, frighten the crap out of us in the middle of the night. Wake us up. Oh, the ship. Yes, the ship will have to be a multi-stream. But I don't think it will take me too long to paint, because what will happen is I shall do a tabletop version of one of the boats. Then I shall do a more custom version of the boats, because I'll be doing a few boats with the full rigging. I'll be adding sails, and I'll be adding all the rigging and all the extras that go with the boats. So we're going to try and do a couple of different versions of the boats, so people might get a little bit of inspiration to paint their boats. I will be painting one boat by hand, totally by hand, and that'll be the one I'll be showing on stream. But most of the boats I will probably be using my airbrush for the primer. But because most people don't have airbrushes, I don't want to show me painting the boat with an airbrush, because that's not going to help anybody who doesn't have an airbrush. Okay, what time are we on? Right, we got 7 more minutes, and then I'm going to have to say goodnight to all you lovelies. I'll just quickly do a little bit more here. Like I said, I only stream twice a week, and I do it for 1 hour. Now, in the future, I might be doing, well, I will be doing, I'll be doing a little extra Reaper show. That'll be now and again, but like once a month, and that'll be with Gareth. Gareth, who is the Star Wars painter. We're talking about doing a little Reaper show once a month together, and we'll both be painting live on stream with the same miniature, and just to see the different variations, in painting that 2 different painters have. And I think that'll be a bit of fun to see. Gareth is a very good painter. He paints the same as me. He paints like a tabletop standard for all his miniatures, and it's going to be great fun. But that's going to be probably next month, and it's going to be just once a month, again an hour show. But it's a bit of fun, and because he's backed the Bones Kickstarter, he's roughly got all the same miniatures I have as well. I'm just going to add a little bit of purple around the face here. There we are. See how fast and quick it gets on the, and just makes such a difference. I'll just add a little bit more here. So that's most of the purple added. Now you don't need a lot. We want that dark effect. You just need a hint of purple. So what I'll do once this is dry now is I'll add all the skeleton bone, and of course we'll be using the MSP graveyard bone. Absolutely beautiful colour, and we'll be doing that not tonight though. So, but what we'll do is we'll go back to our little thing here. Just give my brush a wash. Hello Renegade Shank, and one of my best friends just turned up, Renegade Shank, because he knows I'm just about to finish the show. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap on the base today before I say goodnight to you all. So if you want to paint your stonework for your little bases, what I've got here, I've used Dragon Black is your main primer coat for the whole of my base I used here. Then I used Stone Grey by MSP. That's for all the grey areas with some dragon white. I've used my favourite brown, which is Woodstain Brown, again MSP, and that was for all the base. So what we did then, we started adding some dragon white to our Woodstain Brown and started highlighting and going round in circles just to highlight the bottom of the base. Now once we finished doing that, we started with the Stone Grey over all the black areas, and we went round in circles and got the grey done. And all I did to highlight all the stones was, again, I added some MSP Dragon White to my Stone Grey, and we kept on going round and highlighting all the edges of the stonework. And just to finish off the base for the different colours and to give it a little moss effect, we went for some jungle camo, and we dry brushed the jungle camo at the lowest spots around the base here, and that just gives a beautiful effect. Now to finish off this base, what I'll be doing, I got some little army painter stick-on tufts of grass. You can buy them from all your local little shops or model shops, and you just peel these off, stick them on with a little bit of super glue, and you are good to go. So there we are, that's tonight's show. Thank you every single one of you for popping on. Thank you so much, Reaper John and Reaper Miniatures, for raiding my channel. It's always an honour and a privilege to have you on the show. Thank you everybody that followed tonight, and thank you for everybody that subbed. It's absolutely amazing. What I'll do is I shall catch everybody on my Monday show, and like I say, Monday I shall be painting, and I'll show you once again. Monday on the Reaper show, I shall be painting the War Mammoth. Oh, yeah. Awesome stuff. So I'm going to say goodnight to every single one of you, and I will see you all in Discord. So you take care, everybody.